All right, let's get into it. Aaron's college football games of the week. As you guys know, we are in the Westgate Super Contest as well. Last week we had a really good week. Aaron, what was our record?
We went 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 push
Pretty
last week.
phenomenal. And then how was the games of the week? Like, how'd that go?
Games of the week went great, Rome. I mean, if you add in all the games with the 2 bonus games, we went 7-3 last week.
Wait, did the bonus games hit? I thought the Cal didn't hit.
Cal didn't, but Kansas State did. So 1-1 in the bonus
Ah,
games.
Cal was a bad call, dude. They got manhandled. I'm glad they didn't go that game. Actually, that shit was late.
Actually, I think Cal was. Well, I don't know what happened. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead, then 21-7. Then Duke woke up from the midnight start, kick off their time, and scored 38 unanswered. I don't know what happened there.
My daughter was actually excited to go to the game, and I was like, "Oh, let's go to the game." And then we had like a long day, and then we're just sitting back watching the first quarter, and she's like, "I'm glad we didn't go to the game."
First quarter was exciting, Rome. I think Cal was up
It was,
21-7, and then from there it was all downhill. I thought I was going to go 6-1 personally in the Westgate, and Cal shit the bed on for me.
Oh damn! Did you actually pick them?
Yes, I did.
Okay, nice. Well, that's pretty awesome. So now we're like what in like top what?
Let me look. I think we as a group were in 125th place. Let me look.
Nice. Out of how many?
check. Almost 1100.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So let's look here.
I think that was our first good, like, great week too.
Yes. Yeah.
We just need like another one or two of those, right?
Yeah. So yeah, tied in 125th place as a group.
Hell yeah.
I'm still salty, man. Georgia should have definitely covered, man. It's a BS at the end of that.
Definitely should have. I agree. So,
all right, cool. We got our longest list from you to date, I think.
I think second longest, Rome. I think the longest was 13. This one's 12, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. So the graphics coming out tomorrow morning. We will list when Aaron's games are Friday night games. So to listen to the pod a little bit earlier. The pod will be out early Friday morning or Thursday morning as well. We have 2 games Friday. So Aaron, go ahead and take it away. Pretty fun games.
Yeah, Friday you got South Florida versus North Texas. That's a pick 'em. I mean, obviously South Florida's kind of come to fame this year, beating Boise State, beating
Good
Florida.
Team.
Outside shot possibly at the playoff as that group of 5 team. So I like South Florida here in a pick 'em against North Texas. Don't know a lot about this North Texas team outside, I think, of the fact that they played at Arizona State a few weeks back. Did not do too well there. Both teams, I mean, I know South Florida's coming off a bye. I'm not sure about North Texas, but I'm going to ride with South Florida in this game, Rome.
Nice. Yeah, North Texas is having a pretty good year. I caught.
Yeah, I mean, they're.
I
hate to say it, Rome. Maybe I don't, but they are. I'm going to say this. As far as my power rankings go, they're ahead of Texas as far as teams in the state of Texas. So,
I don't. I don't know what to think anymore because they just did not show for that Florida game. So,
North Texas schedule though, they've played Lamar. I'm not familiar with Lamar.
Not Lamar Jackson, right? Just Lamar.
No, just okay. Lamar University, Western Michigan, Washington State, Army, and South Alabama. So
okay.
North Texas schedule, little not the toughest one down the road. So
they're getting a lot of respect here on the against South Florida. This is the pick.
A hell of a lot of respect too. South Florida has some pretty big wins. All right, cool.
So,
go ahead.
I'll write South Florida.
Yeah, South Florida. Rutgers, Washington.
Yeah, well, you got Rutgers coming off a bye. Washington, kind of a little tough stretch here, right? They had Ohio State, lost, went to Maryland, was not looking good. Bounced back late in that fourth quarter, rallied for the win. Maryland got the cover. So, I mean, we talk about teams going from the west to the east. Now you got a team going from New York, basically, to the Pacific Northwest and Washington. I didn't look. What time's this game? Is this game like 7:30 out here in the West Coast?
You don't write
6
those
p.m.
times down.
6
I don't
p.m.
know.
So, yeah, I was hoping Rome would do that. I do the legwork and he just writes the time and the network and the ranking. But hey,
Too
you can only
editing,
ask for
bruh.
so much.
It's on
Yeah.
It's on FS1 if you wanted
Okay.
to know. Rome,
So it's
just
going to
in
be
case.
basically a 9 p.m. kickoff time for Rutgers, their time. But I think coming off a bye, they'll be okay. I'm going to take Washington here. I'm not loving it here, but I mean Rutgers. I like this team. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop the quarterback, but I like what Washington's done. They've shown me a lot here. Defensively, they've been pretty good. They held Ohio State to 24 points. I think Washington can put up some points here, so I'm going to take Washington to win this game, cover the 10.5.
Wow. Okay. Saturday games. Nice long big slate. You start in the afternoon and then you go back to the morning.
I just going off the lines that they appear to me from my bookie. So, that was the first game that popped up that was meaningful, Rome. So that's what we went with. I type it down as that. I don't want to go and look at the time, the date, the ranking. Just boom. Here's the team, the matchup, the spread, and here we go.
All right. Here you got.
Let the audience figure out what time it is. They've got a guide like everybody else does. So we got? What, Kansas plus 14 at Texas Tech. I said, Rome, I think Texas Tech's a top 5 team. I like Kansas. They've had a tough schedule, played well at Missouri, did not do too well against Cincinnati. That was a tough home loss for them. But Kansas, when I watched them on tape like 2 weeks ago, I was not impressed by this defense. Wide receivers were open left and right for Cincinnati. Texas Tech can score. They will score. Texas Tech has a defense, unlike a lot of teams in the Big 12. I'm going to take Texas Tech to cover the 14 points here. It's a lot of points. But I feel like they can contain the Kansas in that offense, and I'm going to take Tech to cover 14 here.
All right. Alabama, Missouri.
Alabama, Missouri, Rome. This is one of the rare games where we're going to play the total. The total, I'm taking over 51.5. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Alabama's coming off an impressive 4 wins after their loss to Florida State that included victories over Georgia, Vanderbilt. So they're getting a little revenge from last year. Missouri's undefeated. They're playing well, coming off a bye week, trying to revenge a 33-0 loss last year at the hands of Alabama. This is a shootout. I'm going to take the over 51.5 here.
Missouri's really good this year, so should be fun. Arizona State, Utah.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona State, Utah. This is probably mine and Jason's probably 1 and 2 teams in the Big 12 coming in preseason, how we had it hyped up here. Arizona State is still undefeated, I believe, in conference. Their only loss was out of conference there against Mississippi State. Utah already lost a home game to Texas Tech. I think it's going to be a tight game, low-scoring game. I'm going to take the points here. I'm going to take Arizona State. Both teams are coming off a bye week, so both teams should be well prepared. I think it's a close game. Utah, I think, wins this one by 2 or 3 points, but I'll take Arizona State to cover. Give me Arizona State plus 6.
Okay. Michigan, USC, my game of the week.
Well, who do you got then, Rome? If this is your game of the week, who are you taking?
This feels like a trap game, actually, for Michigan. I think Michigan's a hell of a lot better than USC. I'm never really convinced that USC is that good. A lot of smack talking. Michigan's coach was saying how it's going to probably be a big turnout for Michigan fans down there in the Coliseum. And USC's coach is saying he doesn't give a shit, more or less in those words. But I still think Michigan takes this on the road. I think the Michigan D is too much for USC. This is going to be USC's toughest opponent to date, maybe the toughest one that they face all year round.
We talk about they already played Illinois, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Michigan's a hell of a lot better.
Then they play Notre Dame, who's better than Michigan.
I think Michigan's defense is still way better than Notre Dame. It's going to be really tough.
Well, I heard this phrase in text message last week from Rome when he said Texas was bringing that big D to Florida. We saw how that happened. USC off a bye beats Michigan. I like USC to cover 2.5 here. I think Michigan's been talking a lot. I like this Michigan team, but still a young team. I think USC can score. I think USC gets up for this game. Lincoln Riley needs a statement win there at USC. He gets it with a win over Michigan. I like USC minus 2.5 here.
Yeah, the 2.5 is a little scary.
Yeah, Rome's talking a lot for a team that's beaten New Mexico, Central Michigan, Nebraska, and Wisconsin. All right,
That's a good team.
The Nebraska win. I like the Nebraska win at Nebraska.
Should be ranked right now.
And the only reason why Rome likes to win over New Mexico because they beat his UCLA by like 30 points. So hey,
New Mexico's not bad.
They're not bad, but they should have never beaten UCLA by 30 points. But yes, right. Rome, I'm taking USC here -2.5. I think it's a close game. I think it's a tight game, but I like the weapons. I like USC coming off the bye. They'll get it done at the Coliseum. First big win there in a while. And what will be a packed sellout.
Yeah.
I don't have a second team, Rome.
Isn't USC kind of like you're saying? Like you're always on USC.
He can't be Notre Dame and then USC. No way.
You're crazy?
No way.
Are you secretly a USC guy though? Because you pick them a lot.
I picked them once.
Yeah, against Illinois.
But you know what? If Aaron doesn't pick them, I'm picking them this week.
Please don't. It's not going to end well for you guys. All right.
Hopefully you don't take Michigan this week, Rome. I got 3 picks this week, so
that's a stay away for me. That would be a stay away.
Good, because
2.5. Hell no.
Okay.
If anything, USC wins by a field goal. If they do win, 2.5's not enough. If it was 4, if it was 5, I would take the points and Michigan on this one.
If Michigan was getting +5, I'd take them too. But I think USC wins by at least
2.5. Yeah, 2.5 is tough, man. That's a losing scenario there. All right, Florida, Texas A&M.
Big game here, man. I mean, this is a big game. Florida coming off that impressive win against Texas. Now goes on the road against Texas A&M. This is going to be a slugfest of a game. Both good defenses. I'm taking the points. I'm taking Florida to cover 7.5 here. I like A&M. I think A&M eventually wins this game. But Florida, we know they can play if anybody defensively. They've shown it all year. Texas, LSU, their schedule adds up. Even South Florida, they shut them down. Offensively, they got some things going last week. Won't be easy, but I think Florida figures things out, keeps it close. I think A&M wins this game by 4 to 5 points. I'll take the 7.5. The line's been coming down, so Florida's been getting bet here.
Yeah. I think I might pick this one as one of my games, but I'm taking A&M to cover.
Right,
I really like them. Florida overperformed last week. Every game that they won has been not very impressive. Their losses have been more telling than their wins. They're not as good as
that was Florida's first win against a FBS school. Their other one was against like Long Island or whatever the hell they play.
Yeah, but like
liquor
the way Texas looked, though, it's just like, dude, like, come on, man. It's just that was not a real game. I don't know what the hell that was. I'm just not buying it. Texas A&M, they're a really good team, though. Like, I gotta imagine they're winning by at least 14 points, at least by 2 touchdowns, maybe more.
Who do you like in that one, Jason? It's a tough game to call, actually.
This might be the easiest one on the whole slate.
I think it's easy to say Texas A&M wins. I just think if you're going off the spreads we have at 7.5, man,
I like it. I got Texas A&M win by 10.
I don't know if I like your confidence. I just think Florida, when you look at them defensively, they've had some bad losses, but they've kept those games fairly close. I mean, Miami maybe not so, but LSU, they were in that game. The defense is good. The offensive, they just can't get it together. So
they had 5 turnovers against LSU, and still only lost by what? Was it 12
10
points, 14 points? Yeah, so
it was like 20 to 10 or something like that. So I don't know, Ro. At 7.5, I don't feel confident Texas A&M can cover that. That's just my only thing. I think they win the game, but just that's a lot.
Yeah,
I think A&M wins like 24-20, which would basically kind of make sense. The over/under is 46.5. Based off that spread, then they've got a kind of 20. They got like a 27-20 type game, 27-19. So I think A&M wins 24-20. Close game. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Florida, maybe they gain some confidence. They busted out a 5-star freshman wide receiver for the first time. I don't know if he was hurt or suspension, but he balled out against Texas. I think it's a close game. I got Florida to cover there, Rome.
I was fuming at that game, dude. I did not see who did what. I was just flabbergasted about the whole game. Okay. South Carolina, LSU.
South Carolina's getting 9 points against LSU. I mean, LSU's coming off their first loss of the year against Ole Miss, Mississippi, South Carolina's had a few rough games, but this is a tough one. I mean, South Carolina, I think, can keep it close. LSU's just been a mess on offense all year. Their defense is good. I'm gonna ride the Tigers here -9. I
Oh
mean, it's a
my
lot of
God,
points.
what?
It's a lot of points. I mean, everything's telling me to take South Carolina, but I just feel like something's up here, man.
What's
Something's up.
telling you? All
I
right,
think LSU's defense, like we talked about at home, they get a lot of turnovers and they get a lot of pick sixes. I think that's the difference here. I'm going to take LSU -9.
Jason, what do you think about that one?
Ah,
Dude, the Gamecocks are pretty. They might be the best 3-2 team out there. I don't know.
maybe.
Actually,
It's
I don't know. Hold on.
it's a lot of points, but they lost to Missouri 29-20 at
Oh,
Missouri, and then they lost to Vanderbilt bad 31-7.
God.
I mean,
damn.
Vanderbilt's a good team, but
I
like
thought that was closer for some reason.
no. So I can see where Aaron's leaning. LSU probably coming off this loss. You know, Brian Kelly was his usual chipper self in the post-game press conference after that loss. You know, they may have something coming out to prove here at a moment. I would lean with
Is
Aaron.
that a night game though? I don't, Rome's supposed to look up the times of these games. Is that a night game in Baton Rouge?
Dude, I'm editing this whole thing out here. It's 4:45 for us, so yeah, it's nighttime.
Okay, so that makes it very difficult down there.
So looking at South Carolina's schedule, because they beat Virginia Tech 24-11. I remember that game.
Yeah,
They
because you
beat
picked it wrong.
South Carolina State 38-10. They lost to Vanderbilt, got their ass beat. They lost to Missouri 29-20, and they beat Kentucky 35-15. If you look at the rest of the schedule, man, they're facing 11th ranked LSU, which is a title contender. Oklahoma is after this one. Then you got Alabama. Then you got Ole Miss. Then you got Texas A&M.
You got to ask yourself, when's Texas going to get a schedule like this, right?
Dude, like
'Cause,
this
I
is
mean-
the toughest schedule. They got Coastal Carolina finally around Thanksgiving, and then they finish off with Clemson, which Clemson, who knows what they're going to be by that time. But that's got to be the toughest, gruesome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week stretch out of any team out there.
I would say Oklahoma would give you the close second if you looked at Oklahoma's
Really?
schedule. They
Pull
got
it up.
Texas. They
Okay.
had Texas, which is not,
Well, we don't know. That
But they
that
are.
might not mean anything this year.
that's fair. And then they have at South Carolina. But now that to end their season, number 4 Ole Miss, number 12 Tennessee, at number 8 Alabama, versus Missouri, and then ending with LSU.
That's pretty tough.
Right now, they end with 5 straight ranked opponents in the top 15 currently.
I mean,
That
based
is
on what
pretty
you
tough.
guys said between South Carolina, Oklahoma, and even Florida's schedule, I mean, you're talking about like a gauntlet of like 5 games out of 6 where they're playing against top 15 opponents. I just don't trust South Carolina here, Rome. I just don't. I think LSU,
fair.
like Jason said, they've got something to prove. That defense is really, really good. I think they get turnovers. That's the difference in the game. Their offense has been shaky, but that defense can force turnovers. I think they get some here. South Carolina does not have a good offensive line. I'm taking the Bayou Tigers here. I'm taking LSU -9.
Yeah, well, the thing for the LSU is they brought like a lot of guys back, right? On the offense hasn't clicked yet. I think they're due. If anything, this might be the time. It's week 7. If it's not now, then when? So it would be a pretty big victory if they can blow South Carolina out. Ohio State, Illinois,
Ohio State 14.5-point favorite against Illinois.
a lot.
It's a lot. That actually the sharps are on Illinois. I'm going to take Illinois too. This was 16.5 on the spread when I saw it on Monday. It's gone down. This is only Ohio State's second true road game. Their other one was at Washington. They struggled there for a half, kind of came out second half, got it done. Illinois is kind of, outside of that loss against Indiana, which, they just got, beat down bad. I like Ohio State to win here, but I think Illinois covers. Feels like a 30-20 type game. I'll take the 14.5. If you're bet it early in the week and got 16.5, 17, better for you. I think the line's going to keep coming down. So, once this gets out, the sharps and everybody are going to be on it. I think Illinois will probably close about a 13.5, 13-point favorite. But yeah, I'll take Illinois plus 14.5.
How good is Illinois though? Because like outside of like barely beating out USC, they really haven't beaten anybody this year.
We got a nice win against Duke.
Yeah, Duke, I think, was the big win. I mean, I think USC's still a pretty good team. I was those are the two signature wins. Western Illinois, Western Michigan, obviously not great. Purdue hasn't been good in quite a long time. So it's their biggest test of the year with Ohio State.
Cool. Illinois plus 14.5. Pretty interesting. Indiana, Oregon.
Yeah, this is probably the game of the week where you got Indiana 7.5 point underdog going to Oregon. Total's low at 55. I mean, Indiana, the questions are going to be like last year. They were great at home, had a couple tough road games, and just got blown out. Is this the same Indiana team now going into Oregon, which is probably on the West Coast the toughest place to play? Oregon's look great. Their quarterback Morris looked like the Heisman. He's the Heisman front runner. Oregon's look great defensively. Both teams coming off a bye week, so no excuses here. I'm going to take Oregon here, minus 7.5. I just don't trust Indiana right now on the road. I got to see it to believe it. Show me that they can do something on the road in a big game. Oregon's been dominant, especially at home in the Dan Lanning era. I see they get it done again here. This might even go over 55, but I'll ride with the Ducks here, minus 7.5.
I don't know. I really don't know. I guess all the close games that they've had has been on the road.
Yeah, they didn't look great against Iowa. Only beat them by 7 or 5 because they took a safety at the end of the game. But I think that's the only Indiana's road game was Iowa. So
Oregon's look great on the road, but they haven't played anyone.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Penn State win looked a lot bigger a couple weeks ago.
I mean, you go into Penn State and win, it's still an impressive win.
Yeah.
Doesn't look as good after the UCLA, but the old whiteout is still a tough victory.
Yeah. Okay. Oregon, a minus 7.5 and the over. 2 more games left. Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, this is weird, man. I mean, people are betting Oklahoma. I think it was +3 early Monday when I saw it. Now it's down to +1. Talks about the quarterback coming back and possibly playing for Oklahoma. Texas, we know, has looked bad. Both of these teams have great defense. So I'm going to go against what, people think. I'm not taking a side. I'm taking over 43 points, Rome.
Wow.
I mean, everybody's expecting a defensive battle, and we may get that. But I think when you got defenses, that leads to turnovers, that leads to short fields, that leads to opportunity for points. I think this game goes over. 24-21 type final. 43 is a little low for me. I'll take over 43 points in this one. Really not sure what to expect from Oklahoma with the quarterback being out in Texas. Are they going to pull like a Penn State and just kind of give up again another week, or are they going to actually show up and play a good game? I think Texas might play better offensively here, but Oklahoma's a really good defense. Actually, Oklahoma might be better defensively than Florida was last week. And that could be a tough task for Texas. But I'm going to take over 43 points. Low total they call it the I don't know, they changed it, but it used to be the Red River Shootout. I think this game's not going to be necessarily a shootout, but it'll go over the total.
Yeah, I got this as a low scoring game myself. Oklahoma has not scored a lot of points against really good opponents. You got 24 points against Auburn, 24 points against Michigan. Michigan is a really good defense.
I think they get 24 again here, 24-21 type game.
Yeah, it might be 24-21. That would barely put them at the over. That's a tight one.
But that's what I'm writing. But who do you guys like to win this game, Oklahoma or Texas?
I've not picked it. I don't know what to expect. I want to go with Archie. Like he's had some against Sam Houston, I guess, but he's looked like trash since then, man. I have no confidence in Texas now. I kind of hope Oklahoma just blows them out. I'm hoping they win by like 2-3 touchdowns.
I think we questionnaire mentioned Oklahoma's quarterback. Was it John Mateer?
Yeah.
He's questionable.
Because he was supposed to be out 4 weeks. This would be week. This would be week 3.
Yeah,
he broke his hand, right?
Yeah, he should not be back until November, like in another 2 or 3 weeks.
I don't think he's gonna play.
Texas defense is good, and I don't know. I don't know what to get out of the Texas offense, and I think that's the biggest question mark right now because what you're getting is Oklahoma's been challenged and risen to versus Auburn and Michigan. They've won those games. Maybe not. Aaron's call on the under is probably looking better because I don't know what you're going to get offensively from either team at this point. Yeah, I would lean Oklahoma. I'm just very wary of Texas right now, which I think most people are.
I'm not even going to watch this game.
Is that a 9? That's a 9 o'clock kickoff, right? Our time.
12:30.
Okay.
Don't give a shit when it's on. I've seen enough Texas already.
I guarantee you, Jason, if Texas is up 21-0, we're all gonna be like, "Oh man, I told you they're back, man! I told you Arch Manning lit a fire under his ass. He listened to the show."
I would need to see a few games from Arch Manning. I'm pulling for Arch Manning, but he looked.
I think GT. He sent me a message about Arch Manning. He said, "Hey, where do you think he plays next year?" Because he says he's transferring out of Texas at the end of the year.
I think so too. Yeah, he's not going to be there.
Tennessee, Ole Miss.
Now Ole Miss is locked in for a couple of years. They have a young guy there, the other new quarterback.
Tennessee, yeah, that Heupel, yeah, that's intriguing.
Yeah, that's the rumor there.
I mean, why not? I mean, he's from Louisiana. Why not LSU? I mean, the quarterback for there is going pro. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's the rumor mill now. He can't really stay in Texas. Okay, last game, Georgia-Auburn.
Georgia-Auburn. I think this game is going to be an interesting game. I'm going to take Auburn plus 3.5. Pinning Georgia on upset alert. I think Georgia wins a tight game, but Auburn covers. I mean, Auburn's coming off the bye week. Georgia did what they do at home. Jaeson called it just whip up on Kentucky. Unfortunately, they did not finish that cover, but we'll take the half-point push of the Westgate contest. I'm taking Auburn plus 3.5 here, Rome. If you can get it higher, get it higher. But Auburn offensively is terrible, but they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. Defensively, they're really good. I think it's a slugfest game. I'm going to take the points. Georgia wins by a point or two, but I'll take 3.5. Give me Auburn plus 3.5.
What do you think,
I would
Jason?
go. I'd go the other way. Aaron just said it. The Auburn offense is just terrible. I think Georgia, I think Gunnar Stockton, has found some things in a few of these games. 3.5. It's a weird line because if it turns into a defensive shootout, this is how Aaron, I think, wins it in the cover. I just don't have the confidence in Auburn's offense for the game being that close where, Georgia could put up points. They did versus Tennessee. The Alabama game was close. That's the outlier. They did lose that, but I just feel like there's a little more in this offense that they're going to be able to find versus this Auburn team, and I don't think Auburn can keep up and score.
The plus side is that Auburn held Texas A&M to 16 points a couple weeks ago. Other than that, though, they've really scored a lot of points against.
Well, they held Mantier and Oklahoma to 24.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Look, this Auburn defense is good. The reason why I like Auburn here is they're coming off a bye week.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have some wrinkles in the offense, maybe a few trick plays.
And Georgia has not looked great.
And I think Auburn defensively knows really good. I mean, Auburn, this is their first big home game. They've played at Baylor. They played at Oklahoma. They have not had a meaningful home game all year. This is their homecoming game. This is their statement game right here. Georgia's a little down right now with Kirby Smart and how they've kind of played these last couple weeks. Alabama kind of, exposed them a little bit. I don't think Auburn is nearly as good as Alabama on offense, but better defensively. I think this is a tight game, and I'm going to ride with the points in the home team. Could be wrong. Georgia could win by 7 or 10, but that's why we gamble here.
Georgia should be 3-2.
3-2. Who was the other team that was supposed to beat them? Oh, Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah, they should have lost that game. Now this is a really tough one. This is a pick 'em, 3.5 points. I guess so. It's worth a shot. It's worth taking them as an upset. I don't like it. I don't like Auburn as the right guy to upset Georgia, but I respect it. I'll be rooting for it.
Yeah, I think if we were looking for an upset of all those games, be Missouri. I think Missouri's a really good football team against Alabama. I think they can hang. I think they can play. They're kind of getting not a lot of respect.
That's potential because Alabama had a big win against Vanderbilt last week.
Well, 2 back-to-back big wins, right?
2 back-to-back really big
wins. They beat
wins.
Georgia. They beat Vanderbilt. They beat these guys 33-0 last year.
Yeah.
The quarterback there is a transfer from Missouri from Penn State. This is and Missouri's coming off a bye. I like teams at home as dogs coming off byes, especially when they're competent and a good team.
Yeah. All right. To kind of wrap things up, Aaron, you want to give us your locks of the week?
Oh, man, do I even have any locks this week?
But you had a rough one last week.
I went 2-0-1 in locks last week, Rome.
Oh, that's right.
Or 2-1. 2-1. That's right. Florida State was a lock that lost, but I did have Florida and I did have Cincinnati against Iowa State. So we took them from the unbeatens.
Okay.
So, check the tape, Rome. Check the tape. Ooh, locks this week. Wow. I'm going to go USC.
No fucking way.
I'm going to go Alabama, Missouri over 51.5. And I'm going to go LSU -9.
Okay.
This is a tough week in college football. This is a tough week. A lot of big matchups out here this week.
Okay. Any other updates? Are we missing something? Don't we usually do something else, or no? Is this it?
That's it, man. What more do you need than Aaron's games of the week? It's the main event.
That's all I need, I guess. I think these painkillers are starting to kick in, so we got to wrap things up, guys.
Let's wrap it up. We got NFL tomorrow.
We got
NFL tomorrow. Sniper West. With Sniper West. So
Sniper West makes a return back to Source on the Sofa pod.
Sniper West, he just saw the winners last week. He wants to jump on the winners.
Back to back winning weeks for us. So he wants to get in on the action. I mean, what was the feedback from him on the last one, Rome? And what did his audience think if they actually had a chance to tune in?
Just all the sides, he actually, a lot of those bets were sold on his platforms, and he made a killing, hit about 75% of those picks, which kind of matched up. I think he was 4 for 6 on our pod. Pretty good stuff. I'm not sure. I think he wants another shot at it against the spread because it's kind of tough. He was 6-9. We all got 6-9. So everyone who's done the pod has gotten 6-9. We have to just start bringing people on if they just get 6-9 the first week. But he will be back though, so he'll be able to add to his season total.
We won't be going 6-9 this upcoming week because we do have a few teams on bye weeks.
Yeah. It's impossible now until the last.
But this is a tough week in the NFL. So
tough one. Updated rankings against the spread contests. I am now leading the pod. Let me pull it up real quick, actually. But we are all separated by
37, 36, and then 36, 37.
Yeah, because I had such a good week. I was 9-4. Basically wiped out all the losses from the previous 4 weeks. So now I'm at 37-36, leading the season. But it was also my third win in the first 5 weeks, third best record in the first 5 weeks of the season. So thank you very much, guys. And both you guys are tied at 36-37, so just a game back. The fact that I've won 3 weeks and I'm only a game up is pretty impressive. Jaeson won the first week. That means you must
have been pretty bad in those 2 weeks, Rome.
Well, I was 6-9 the first week, and I was just
it's kind of like your jump shot, Rome. You're either hitting all net or hitting backboard. So we'll find out what you are in week 6.
Well, Jaeson had a pretty big week the first week. He was 8-7, I guess. And then me and you, Aaron, we tied the second week at 7-8. So that's why we share the win on that one. Week 3, I won an 8-7. You had the 6-9. Jaeson had the 7-8. Week 4, you killed everyone. You had the 6-9 or the 9-6 weekend. I had a 7-8. Me and Jaeson had 7-8. Sniper had 6-9. Then last week was the 9-4. Kind of recovered all the losses from the first 4 weeks. So tight stuff, man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can finish around 500 in this.
And by the way, all my stay away games, I don't want to post it, but all my stay away games, I'm hitting on those. Every game I want to stay away, and I pick a side, I'm winning. I think it's at a 70% clip.
Well, that's why we told you got to pick every game. There's no stay away.
It's stupid. It's better than my regular picks. I'm kind of frustrated about that. I was like, wait a minute, because I actually write essay stay away, and I add that to it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, can I like do like a separate graphic to like brag about my stay away games? I can't even do that. Yeah, Sniper West comes back tomorrow for the NFL picks.
What time are we recording? Right after the game finishes tomorrow?
I believe so. Yeah. Might be doing some stand up, but I don't think so though. I think I'm just gonna lay low and do some writing.
I don't know if you want to keep Sniper West waiting too long.
I think we did last week. I think we didn't jump on, or like last time we didn't jump on to like 9:30. But he texted me, and I'll ask, and I'll tell you guys exactly. He said late night again. I was like, well, 8:30 is not late night. Well, he said it felt like it last time.
Well, you said he finishes up all his stuff by 5, Rome. So 8:30 is kind of late.
And it's 11:30 right now, so it's late night tonight.
It's definitely late night tonight. Cool. Aaron's college games of the weeks. Aaron, do you have an updated total for the year yet, or no?
Yeah, I got that for you, Rome. So updated games of the week to watch plus bonus. We are 42 wins, 29 losses, and 2 pushes.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
We had a big week last week, like we said, 7-3. So it was a winning week across the board for us again last week. I mean, this a winning week in college and pro. So I mean, hey, if you actually tuned into the show, made some money. This might be the week though to fade us. I don't know. We'll see it. This week's a tough week, but I do like my locks in college football for sure. I think hit 2 out of 3 of those.
I like
that might be my Westgate plays right there.
Yeah.
So, well, I can't play the total in the Missouri Alabama game, but yeah, I do like USC this week, Rome.
All right, that will do it. Source from the sofa. Aaron's college games of the week 7 in the books. Catch us tomorrow for NFL lines. We are out.